Alright, me lovers, welcome back to this little corner of the internet. That is my YouTube channel. My name's Alina. How you doing? You doing alright? Amazing. So on today's video, we're going to talk about a certain specific collection of plants that I absolutely love. So hold on, I need to rally the troops. That's a really, really bad impression of a trumpet. Hold on. I don't know how to summon things, and that really tickled my lips. Anyway, Ferns! Hello! Hello! This is my favorite species, probably inside and out, of ferns. I absolutely love ferns, and I'm going to show you all of my ferns. So you can love them too and start being addicted to them like me, okay? Because this feels amazing right now. I love this. We're gonna start with, we got some divas, we got some easy guys. You know, it's the whole works here, and some of them might not look the best, but I am trying to normalize that a lot of houseplants won't look amazing, and in the wild they will never be 10 out of 10 perfect either. But you know, if you want to ask someone about fern care, this is your guy right here. This is your guy, okay? So let's get started. So this is quite intense. How am I going to do this? I need to like pick one at random. How do I pick one at random? I don't know. Shall I spin the bottle? I have a bottle. They're all kind of not in a circle, but we'll go for it. Oh, okay. Right. We'll start with this one. So let's clear some of this out of the way. This fern is a crocodile fern. And you could probably see that it gets its name from the texture on its leaves. It's a lovely, lovely fern, crocodile fern, okay? Its proper name, we will get to it, is a splenium micro... Do I even bother trying to say these proper names because I just can't? Microsorium crocodilus. So yes, this is a crocodile fern. We love the crocodile fern. I'm like past checking whilst I'm doing this video, which probably isn't a good idea because if I find something, I'm gonna freak out, you know? So yeah, this is a crocodile fern. In terms of care, it is on the easy side, okay? I just made an absolute mess. It is on the easy side, and there's one golden rule I always say about ferns is that the broader thickness of its leaf compared to like something so dainty, the easier it's going to be to care for. And I absolutely, my tea, I can feel the heat radiant off it. I'm just going to put it to the side and drink it in a second because it is hot today. So yeah, the whatever, thickness of the leaf, the easier it is to care for. So this guy is up on the easy scale. He's like a really good one, okay? With watering, this guy does want to dry out in between water it. Believe it or not, some ferns like a little bit of a break. They don't actually like being moist 24/7, okay? So give this a break in between. You want it to get light. Sometimes these leaves go like a silvery blue color when they are thirsty. So if you start seeing that kind of paleness or retraction in color in their leaves, that's when it needs a good water. And that kind of applies to a lot of these ferns. So yes, this guy wants to dry out in between, but I love this fern. I think I love all my ferns, okay? But this is the crocodile fern, and he's really cool. He's really cool. Okay, right. We'll put him back. There, where's my bottle? Spin the bottle. Okay, that's the furthest one, so let's talk about this little guy. So this little guy was given to me by Francesco. Shout out Room Q, amazing. And this is a Drynaria QC that you will know me by now. I'm dyslexic as heck, and these names cannot, Anyway, it's starting to grow really well now. Francesco gave it to me because he knows I love ferns, and he is the sweetest guy. So it is in this moss mixture. So with this one, I do want to make sure that the moss doesn't dry out completely or like to a crisp. So you can let it kind of get a little bit there, but as soon as you start seeing that moss get a little bit crispy, it wants to be wet again. So this guy's really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like when it gets huge. It has kind of the same crocodilian-like texture like this guy. So I'm looking forward to seeing it when it gets really big. But it's a very special fern because my friend Francisco gave it to me. So I'm trying my best to keep it alive and look after it. But it's grown some lovely new leaves since it's been with me. And it's got another little leaf coming too, which is really cute. Anyway, so that's that little guy. Okay, spin the bottle. Is that like kind of at the end? Let's do, if it's at the end, let's do this guy. This is one of the biggest ones that I have right now. And this is a bird's nest fern. Now, just poke me in the eye, you. Thanks. Again, you can tell how easy it is with its broad leafed shape. So these guys are actually epiphytes who like to grow on trees, believe it or not. So they actually do want to be dried out in between watering. So I wait until that silvery blueness happens again and then I will water it. But isn't this fern just fantastic? It is like instant jungle vibes. I absolutely love it. Fun fact is that I had a bird's nest fern for the longest time. I think I had one for I'm trying to think, 9 years is quite a long time. And it was like one of my first plants I had and was like taking everywhere with me. But it finally killed over through the winter we had. And then I moved here in January and it just gave up the ghost. And I was really, really sad because I had that plant for a long time. So I had to buy myself another one to kind of replace it because I can't live without a bird's nest fern. I just think they're really, really cool. So yeah, this is a splenium. Really cool fern. Absolutely love it. I'm going to put this one down here so it's not too much in the way again. And then I can kind of make a little circle like this. This guy's out, that guy is out. Right, let's spin the bottle. I'm not a fern. Ooh, okay. Now this fern, not that one, is going to be quite a controversial fern. This is, you probably know it, this is the Maidenhair fern. And Maidenhair ferns are like up in my top favourite ferns of all time. I have a tattoo of it on my leg, okay? It is on that thigh. I love Maidenhair ferns so much, and how can you not love that delicate foliage? So if you're going by my book of broadleaf ferns and easy careness, this one with its little delicate little leaves can be a little bit of a diva. However, do not let that stop you. One, because if it dies, it's cheap as hell, so you can always get another one and just keep trying until you nail it. But with these guys, they do want to be watered as soon as that as soon as it dries out. So as soon as you have it in a pot and it feels light as hell, or you stick your finger in the soil and it's really, really dry, like it wants to be watered as soon as it gets that. Doesn't mean it wants to be moist all the time. Anything that's kind of like kept moist all the time like this may cause rot. So if you let it dry, you just got to catch it at that lovely little sweet spot. So put it in a space where you're gonna like look at it all the time. I think that's what helps. Is like, this is right next to my toilet, so I notice it every time I go to the toilet, which is like, I don't know how many times a day, but at least like it's somewhere where I notice it all the time. And I have a really bright bathroom, so it loves it. Oh, and that's the main care thing about ferns, right? Is that they actually really like bright spaces inside. Not direct light, okay? They can take like, the broader leaf ones can take more direct light than the thinner leaf ones. So you can have a broader leafed one in direct light for at least like 2-3 hours a day, and then it might burn after that. But like these delicate little ones don't want to be in super direct light all the time. Maybe like an hour or two, evening sun, whatever. Okay, but inside they actually want to be in a bright space, and I think that's because like, outside, yes, they want to be shaded, but when you're inside and you're putting stuff in a shady corner, you're like making it's in a more extreme shaded area, if that makes sense, because they have like the outdoors. I don't know. In my head, I can see what that means, and I hope you might understand it. But anyway, so all ferns, when you have them inside, they do want a bright space. And I think that's where people go wrong, because they think, oh, ferns, you know, outside they like to go in shady corners, which is very true. But inside, they actually just want a bright space. They're just like begging for it. Anyway, so Maidenhair ferns, water when it's like, as soon as you feel it getting that ever so slightly lighter after you've watered it, give it a really good soak. With Maidenhair ferns, you can, there's a knack to getting them back. If they all go crispy because you missed a watering, happens. It happened to me, it happens. So when it's like that, you can, I call it the little hedgehog trick. It's like a trick I learned when I was in my first job, and I will never forget this tip from my co-worker. So if you do see that it's gone crispy because I missed a watering, there's no other reason for a Maidenhair to go crispy than it's been dried out for too long. And I've got it in a terracotta pot, which adds to the problem. But look, you know, I like a challenge. Anyway, so if it goes crispy, what you want to do is just chop it all off and cut it back till it's like a little sticky hedgehog. And then keep up with your watering. Put it in a bright space and it will bounce back. They will bounce back. And this guy, I had to do it and it's bounced back. And it's really cool watching it come back. How can you not love that one? Anyway, that's the Maidenhair fern. Who's next? Yeah. We just done you, and it was going to roll that way. So we can, I'll take that as it was going to talk about my mate Jim. Huh? Right. Do not judge Jim. Jim had a really bad case of aphids, and I had to treat Jim, and Jim didn't like that treatment a little bit. Okay, I think I put a little bit too much of white spirit in that bottle, and it was a bit sensitive, and Jim didn't really like it. He also really needs a repot, and I need to add more soil because for some reason this soil does not want to hold on to water. It tells me it's hydrophobic. Great. Not homophobic, hydrophobic, okay? Let's not get those two mixed up. So this is Jim. This is, I can't ever say its proper name, and the name has been changed as well. So its nickname is Jim the Fern. And this guy has some really cool furry rhizomes that come out the side, which is what I love about this guy. And the shields of the fern, just the shape of them, they're pretty really. Again, this one, like, the leaf shape isn't super broad, but it isn't like one on the easier side to look after for sure. I'm going to put him down here, and then I can remember to give him a repot after I've... well, I shouldn't say this one is another Maidenhair fern, just a different shape. And I've already talked about it, but it's in this, like, sugar coffee jar thing. And it doesn't mind that. It doesn't mind... These ferns in particular don't really mind a pot without holes. Doesn't mean you can flood it when you water it, don't like fill it all the way to the top, all right? Because that's, you know, that is a bit silly. Not gonna lie, that is a bit silly. But it can like sit in that water for a bit because it'd be all right. Been a little bit temperamental, and I just need to take off all of these bad leaves, you know. And then I just need to keep up with its watering. That's the only reason it does that. And it will bounce back. See, it's got like little new ones there. And this one's really nice. So yeah, this is like a Maidenhair fern, similar to that one, but just a different leaf shape. But you can have them in pots like that, which is fun. Little fun thing. Little fun thing there, huh? Little fun project. Right, who's left? There's only 3 left. No. Not you. You're not a fern. Okay, hold on. Ah! Ah! Right. Fuck the bottle. We're not doing that anymore. I'm just gonna, we've got 3 left. Okay, right. We'll do this one. So this guy, oh, hello. This guy you may recognize because this one appears a lot in like houseplant shops, garden centers, whatever. Okay, this guy is very, very common to see, and you should get one if you see one. This one's a blue star fern. I can't remember its actual proper name, but this guy I think I've had. Ooh, is probably also like is one of my oldest plants in my collection. When did I have him? I took it. Oh, the story behind this. So I used to volunteer in a plant shop in Cardiff, and that was like something I did. And he got these in. No, they were donated in by someone. 2 of them. Someone donated the plant shop 2 of these that they grown themselves, and one of them had a really lovely leaf, and I was eyeing it up. I was like, I'm going to buy that today. I'm going to get that fern. That I want that. Customer comes in, starts looking at the 2 blue star ferns, and he wants the one that I want. So he like, this is so cheeky of me, but he was like, oh, I want to get this one. And I went, oh, I'm really sorry, that one's reserved. Because I just didn't want him to buy it because I wanted. So I was like, I'm really sorry, that one's reserved. But the other one is like, oh, hello, lights. But the other one is like available if you want it. And he ended up being like, oh no, I like that one more, but if it's reserved, then I won't bother. So I just like full on made oh, that was so cheeky of me, but look. I've had it ever since, so, and I haven't killed it, you know, so I don't think that's terrible. That was whilst I was in university, and so it's almost 10 years old in my care. It's probably older than 10 years, but this is like almost 10 years in my collection. So I've almost had this blue star fern for a decade. And if I've kept this fern for a decade, I think anybody can keep this fern. It is so easy. This is maybe up in like the easiest ferns ever. And you can see like I've put it in a window with too much sun at one point and it burnt, but it just doesn't give a toss. It's so robust. I let this guy dry out a bit too much, kind of a little bit too often. And it's fine. It's fine. It won't like... Yeah, it's such a cool fern. It's just so pretty as well. The colours are beautiful. So yeah, this is the blue star fern. Yeah, absolutely recommend it because I love this guy. Let's do the ant fern and we'll save that one for last. So this, yeah, spoilers, already said the name. This is an ant fern. I am in love. I'm in love with this fern. This is a really, 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 really cool fern. Now, why is it called ant fern, Alina? Now, let me tell you, this guy, they live, I think the word is, and I'm going to try my hardest to say it the best, they live symbiotically with ants. So in the wild, they'll grow a tree, and then a colony of ants will make their home in it. And what will happen is that they'll like eat any fungal matter off the fern, like, and the ants' waste kind of feeds it. They protect it from other things. It's just so cool to have one. And they have like these really, really funky rhizomes that grow on the surface and where the leaves come out from. So they have some cool little rhizomes where the fronds come out from, and they will grow bigger and bulbous, and they can grow rather large and, like, you know, have this weird bumpy alien-like thing on a tree. And yeah, it's just really cool. And it's starting to grow lots and lots of new leaves, so it's so cool. I'm not letting it dry out into more, basically. So I'm trying to make sure the moss doesn't dry out and let it get to like just like a slight, very slight damp. Yeah, this is an ant fern. Really, 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 really cool. I love it so much. So I'm saving best for last. In my eyes, it is, I guess it's not like the prettiest. I don't know, no, he's pretty. I don't know. I'm saying best to last because this fern is genuinely the oldest plant in my whole entire plant collection. And that is saying something. Like, I started with ferns and philodendrons, okay? So if there's someone you are going to listen to about fern care, it's going to be this guy, okay? Because I started with ferns and philodendrons, and that is like a starting point. You know what I mean? Like, as a houseplant, that is like, okay. This is a Boston ruffle fern, and this guy is at least a decade old in my collection. It's probably a little bit more than that now. I've had it it's been in my collection forever. It's never left my collection, and it's always started here. So this is, yeah, close to the Boston fern, but the ruffle fern makes the leaves like really tight and compact. And this is where like the broadleaf fern to the daintier fern care thing gets thrown out the window, because these Boston ruffle ferns are really, really easy. And I know that completely like contradicts my whole thing, but I'm pretty sure this would be the only one that contradicts it. Everything else is kind of solid. But this poor guy, I have put it in like a non-bright space. I have put it on a top shelf where I've forgotten about it for at least a month. I didn't water it, you know. I have really kind of bullied this guy, this old guy, and it is still alive, and it's incredible. So they aren't as available as they used to be. I don't really see these ones as much anymore, these Boston ruffles. But if you can find one, do get one, because they are really pretty. They're gorgeous and they are easy to look after. I've now put them in a bright space where kind of a lot of my ferns are in the bathroom, in a bright bathroom. And it's starting to throw out loads of new growth. So it's a lot happier now that he's in a bright space, and I am. Again, it's next to my toilet, so I see it when it dries out, and I can give it a water when it's dried out, and not, like, you know, really push the limits to this plant. But yeah, it has grown so much since I had it. It was only like a wee little thing when I first got it, and now it's like this mature, established little plant. Doesn't look it, but you know, it's been through the wars, and it's an absolute fave. Okay, this is why I wanted to save this one to last, because he has such a story behind it. And yeah, and then it's just surprising how I've like just surprised myself that I started kind of with ferns and phillodes as my first houseplants. And yeah, they are so cute. I love it so much. Now you're probably wondering, like, hey, Alina, you do have more ferns. They're on the wall behind you, and you would be correct. However, I am going to end the video here and say goodbye. But if you want to watch me give them a bath and see all my Platyserum collection, you can check that video out here. And I will absolutely see you on that video, me lovers. Love ya. Bye. Mwah.